I know.
It's exciting.
Hey, we're on. We're rolling. Merry Christmas. Welcome to our Christmas episode. We were kind of fighting about who was going to take the lead. But
I told Jen she should.
Yeah. Ho, ho, ho.
Jen's an expert now. So it's Jen's returning episode. So, I mean, I feel like that's the intro.
That's the
Is
intro.
there
That's
anything you want to add?
No.
No.
Jen, welcome
You got
back.
the ho-ho-hos
Thank you.
in. So we have a super fun episode today that I'm really excited for. Tamara has been planning, and I showed up. So
There you go.
so
We
did
make
Jen.
it tea.
So
Thank you.
cheers to us for
Cheers,
showing up.
cheers.
And Tamara and I both have cups from Sunshine Coffee. So shout out to Kira because she's awesome. And so we have some not gonna lie questions. So I'm really glad for everybody who participated in asking those online. We also are going to be announcing our giveaway winner. We also have Never Have I Ever, and some other closing remarks. So
But I want to hear a lot what's going on with Jen because she's been
we have a lot to catch up on.
traveling and touring with her boyfriend.
My little
His
fiance.
band?
Yes,
So
fiance. That's
my
right.
fiance. Yeah, it's one of those.
Pardon
things.
us.
We've been it's all good. We've been engaged for such a long time. We were actually supposed to get married this past September.
Okay, yes, I remember.
But I pushed it back. So, but we were
What's the
on.
rush?
Yeah, so we were on tour on our wedding, our initial.
Did you guys do
wedding
anything
day.
special?
Yeah, we were in Treasure Island in Florida, like St. Pete's
Cool.
Beach area. We were just kind of drinking pina coladas on the beach.
That's
you know?
amazing.
That
That sounds
sounds
like a
great.
perfect wedding night.
It was really
I wanna
nice,
do that.
honestly. Yeah, yeah.
So take us at the beginning. Where
Because you
where
traveled
did
for
travel
a
to?
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was following along.
Yeah, so we left. We were gone September 7th until late October. We went all throughout Eastern Canada, and then we went through the Eastern states. We went into Maine. I don't even remember everywhere.
That's
but,
so
we went down to
cool.
Florida. Yeah.
What are you traveling in? You have a band. They have your boyfriend has a band.
We have a Ford F-150.
Oh my
We call it
gosh.
T2 because we had Terry. Terry was the first truck, and shout out to T2. You know, he's getting us there. So
Good. Does the band do they have groupies? Do you find at concerts when you go when they do shows?
There usually always are some women.
Really?
I feel Jen would bring them in.
Yeah, I mean they're probably my groupies.
You're
but
all
yeah.
welcome.
You're like, are you here for me or are you here for the band?
For them, I don't know, but that they're actually the really cool thing is there have been a few I don't know fans of Dead Wolf listeners whatever that they've traveled 6 hours to come to a show.
That's amazing.
Wow.
There was two dudes last time that had flown from Texas to Milwaukee for a show.
That's so cool.
There was this
That's
one
commitment.
Yeah,
That's
there
a big deal,
right?
Good
There
for
was this
them.
one guy who had left the military, gotten shipped back, and his first thing he did was go and see Dead Wolf. So
Perfect.
We need to see Dead Wolf.
That seems like a guess.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
So
logical
Dead
thing.
Wolf is the name of your boyfriend's band.
Yes,
Fiancés.
2 Fs.
Fiance for fuck's
Yeah.
sakes. Fiance. Write it on my forehead, would you? I'm gonna do it all night.
I
now.
actually, it's so funny though, because I always call Tommy my boyfriend too. And I'm always like, am I a good girlfriend? And he's like, well, you're my wife. We were Home Depot because she's like, oh, wait, for my wife here. And I'm like, what the fuck is your
What
wife?
is that? That's
is
pretty
that
strong
me?
words.
Is that
So, like,
me?
you don't even know me. We just met.
I don't know.
What
I
are
don't
some
know.
highlights? I want to know. Take me.
Yeah, your favorite
through
stop
a
because you guys were
day.
you did a lot.
Yeah,
I saw
I
pictures
know.
and you guys
Yeah.
check
Take
things
me
out
through
when
a
you were
day of what
performing.
it's like to be a wife to a
Oh, what?
to a
guy
traveling
in a
musician.
band.
It's you hear a lot of venting. You hear
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, but all the while you're writing books, are you not? Or you're starting
It's
to
usually me in the passenger seat. I have my little laptop. I'm working, and
You're
I'm
in
just
a zone.
yeah, and I'm just kind of co-pilot. I'm like, hey, we should stop for snacks soon.
Right.
He's like, do you want
Bathroom
to
break.
Do you want to drive? And I'm like, no. Can you not see I'm reading a library book? I'm like the emotional support wife on
Yeah.
the road. I find,
Yeah.
So
while taking it all in. That's so
yeah,
fun.
yeah, it's good.
That is so fun. So what was your favorite place that you were at this time around? Or you visited?
Honestly, Florida and Nashville.
Yeah.
I'd been all around Florida,
Yeah.
but I'd never been to Nashville. We had one night off. We had a show there, and then we had one night off, and it was amazing.
Where-
I want to move there.
Isn't
Do
it
you?
fun?
Yeah.
Tamara just went this year.
I know.
Yeah.
You were there right before I was
I
there.
know.
So I was
Yeah.
messaging her being like, hey, where all do I need
Did
to
you go to Printer's Alley?
Yes.
Isn't it the best?
That was honestly my favorite part. Like it just felt so, I don't know,
vibey.
Broadway is more touristy, which is fun too. But then you go to Printer's Alley and it's such a different vibe. Like the blues, the regulars, the locals of Nashville, and you really get to know the soulful feeling. And I was just so intrigued.
Yeah, and even just like I don't know, I found like all the music.
Spread out's coming. I'm getting ready for it.
I was looking at Joe because when we were in New York, I was like, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "We're going out with the locals." Because
we're going out.
Because you kept saying we need to go where the locals are.
That is how you travel, though. Like it is.
It's hard in New York. Yeah. It's hard in New York to find the local spot, especially Midtown. But
honest to God, Jen, I got off the plane and there was this guy, an older guy in the airport that works there, and he was obviously helping chauffeur people and whatever. He goes, "Hello there, darling. Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Oh,
are you a
I
local?"
literally like started to tear up, and Ryan's like, "Oh my God,
it's the little things.
Here we go." And he was just like, "Babe, like it's bittersweet." And I was like, I just want to take him back with me. Like it's just such a different feeling. Honest to God, like it was.
It really gives you good perspective, and it makes it feel really like special, those moments, especially when something's so outside of your norm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I found Nashville to be so welcoming, so kind. I mean, there's parts of it that probably isn't so welcoming or kind, but like everywhere.
That was the thing. I was there for like such a brief couple of days that I was like, I didn't see anything bad.
Positive.
I didn't see anything bad. I don't even want to know. If there's anything bad about Nashville, don't put it. Don't put it in the comments. I don't want to know.
Have a good time, right?
Everyone's partying so hard.
Literally.
The bars where it's like you can hear like 3 different bands just as you go upstairs. Oh, another band. Like I don't know.
Where am I going? Where am I following? Yeah.
Tommy and I were like on like the front page website of like one of the, I don't know, it was like Kid Rock's like big ass honky tonk. Yeah, there was like this guy playing, and we just kept going back, and then like he sent us pictures the next day, and I was like, oh my gosh,
that's so cool.
I did like Kid Rock. We were there too, and I loved it.
Big ass honky tonk.
I loved it.
What a good memory to have. We were the same when you say about like you only want to remember the positive things and you hear bad things. Like when we went to New York, Tamara and I were looking for rats the entire time.
We were very prepared because our moms,
we did not see anything. We just saw no rats. But then Brittany just went and Brittany saw rats.
Brittany saw rats.
They're like dog size.
I don't know. But she stayed Lower East Side and we stayed Midtown.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we were looking for rats a lot.
We were like on a hunt.
Well, I mean, we were like,
we don't believe it until we see it.
We haven't seen a rat, right? Or a lot of people were like, you know.
And Tamara made me take the subway.
Yes.
How was that?
I was really anxious about it. So it's fine though. Just because I like try to be prepared. I was anxious about it, not because of the people or anything, but because of like understanding the journey itself and like not wanting to get lost, not wanting to end up in the wrong spot.
And you could get lost easily.
And I studied in New York for like a week and a half after we booked it. I had a map planned out. Like I was so prepared because we were there for such a short period. So I did have like a general understanding. But as soon as we go down into the subway, there's this like man, he's like middle age, and Tamara's like, "We're from Canada," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
To be fair, he had a Tennessee hat on.
Right? Yeah,
he did.
Immediate trust.
I know this guy.
Immediate trust.
She's like, "I've been to Nashville." Like I'm like, man, oh man, like don't talk to anyone. Look at the floor.
Katie was kind of blowing him off, and I was like, "It's okay." Like,
okay.
I wasn't sure because he was like, "You need to get on this. You need to like." He was telling us where to go, and I was like, "Okay, that's cool." But then I was like, "Man, don't get off at the same stop as us."
Right.
So then when he didn't, I was like,
okay, I can actually trust.
I was
but
like,
we did learn a lot about him, and he was a local.
I did not even listen at all.
He was a local. Did you hear that? He was a local.
That's what we were chasing.
There in the 60s, like was telling us all about. He was giving us tips.
He was giving us tips.
So he was
Brooklyn?
from Brooklyn?
Yeah, Brooklyn. And you could hear it, and I'm just like, oh my god.
The accent.
But he really helped because I felt like we wouldn't have done very well if it wasn't for him.
I
wouldn't have.
Did he tell you about like where to eat or anything like that? That's the first thing I always ask. I always like whenever I'm in a new city, I like to look up like what's classic to that place.
Well, let me tell you where not to go.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
Where was that place again? We fucking circled forever finding a place to eat.
Was it food poisoning central? Or
No, it was great. It was really hard to find food. Are you talking about our second night?
No, our first night. Our first day for lunch.
Oh my god, I had the really bad experience. We went to a restaurant at a hotel, but we couldn't find it. It was really tricky to find. We didn't realize that it was like in a hotel because we wanted to get Joe's Pizza, which is like iconic for New York. and they didn't open until 3:00 in the afternoon.
Rude.
It was noon, and I was like, don't people want to eat at 12 pizza?
At 3? Like, come on.
I know. So anyway, so we went, and like the guy was so fucking rude to me because I sat down at like the nearest table. They didn't tell us where to sit at all. Nobody greeted us. I sat down at a table. As soon as I sat down, I saw there was a sign that said reserved, and he was like, that table's reserved. And I was like, yeah, I fucking know. I see the sign. Like, I'm getting up. So then after that, I like did not want to talk to him, and like I hold a grudge. So like
so do I. I'm a grudgy bitch.
So essentially, he would like he got the hint that he would walk up to the table, and like I was essentially not there, and he was essentially not there, and then
I was there.
You were yeah. Tamara was. Tamara led the whole thing, but anyways, yeah, that was fine. That was like the only thing though. Yeah. Everything else was really positive.
How was the pizza?
We never fucking got it. But
we walked into this bougie ass place, and we had like literally like we were just off the airplane, like off the subway, like I don't even know what I was wearing a jean jacket, like I don't know. Lows.
We were like wearing comfy clothes.
Cute, we weren't fancy.
They
like,
were newish
like women in business suits, like bougie ass shit, and like we were like, can we just fucking get a drink?
The steak was good. I had to wait a long time for the food though.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, we did get pizza the second day. We went to Little Italy the second day. We did a walking tour through Chinatown, Little Italy, and Soho. And we went to the only place that served single slice pizza. It was so good. And then it was cool because the walking tour, they told us like a mob story and stuff,
really
and like
cool.
walked us by like where the shooting happened, and like it was cool. But our tour guide was just about to take us through Little Italy, and he was talking to one of our members of our tour, and he goes, yeah, there was a shooting there last week. People thought it was part of the tour, but it wasn't. And I was like, you're taking us there right now?
Oh my gosh, yeah. People especially, they're just like, oh, this is part of it. Really realistic.
Yeah, seriously, like people believe that. And I was like, so I was a little tense.
Yeah.
But otherwise it was like, I want to live there. I loved it.
The moral of the story is that like we were so hyped up to think like New York was this big bad place, which you know, I mean, there's areas, but we did not meet a single ignorant person.
Everyone was super kind.
No. They were super sweet,
I will
super
say,
kind, super offering.
okay, I have one more story, then we're going to move on from it. But I will say it's much smaller than I expected it to be. So I was so surprised because we walked 30K in 2 days. In 1 day? 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. No, more than that. 30K in 2 days, I think. I don't know.
In 2 days, but yeah,
it was much smaller than I thought. So in terms of like, you know, celebrities living there, I'm like obsessed with celebrities.
You're going to run into them 100%.
Well, I'm like, but nobody fucking looks up because everybody's so busy and everybody's trying to find where they're trying. Like, it's easy for them to blend in. But I was just surprised because I'm like, if Kim Kardashian's here, everybody's gonna know. And like, how is it not a swarm? But the one story that I wanted to share was the second night or last night we went out.
Yeah.
And we wanted to like have a good time, and we didn't really know. Like we went and got drinks. Our server Maria was awesome.
Shout out to Maria.
Dutch Fries. It was so good. And she like comped us some shots, which was great.
Love that.
And so we were walking, and we go into this restaurant because we hadn't eaten really, and we were like, should we eat? Should we just drink? What do we want to do? And I was like, I want to go out. Like,
you were the partier that night, I feel
which is not normally like me, but I'm like, let's do karaoke. Let's do this.
Let's do karaoke. Like, you were on it.
I was like,
let's
up
party.
for anything.
Yeah, I love that.
Almost anything. And so we go into this restaurant, and it was really busy. It was going to be a wait, so we turned around. So we'd passed a guy coming out, and then he met us outside, and he was African American, really handsome, middle aged, and he was like, what are you ladies doing? Like, are you not staying? And I was like, well, we're not really sure. We don't want to wait. Like, and he was like, well, if you want to party, like you need to go around the corner to Lagos.
Okay.
You need to go around.
Love that.
And he had an accent too. And I was like, cool. Yeah, we're on it. So we went around. He's like, it's 3 floors. There's a DJ. There's karaoke. There's this or that.
Yeah.
So we go. I'm walking by, and I'm like trying to find this place. I'm like, where is it? And I turn and look, and there's like these bouncers sitting like this, all African American.
Yeah.
And it says on the sign, it goes, #1 African American bar in New York. And I was like, I'm not fucking going in there.
Katie's the whitest person.
I know. I was like, you can pass.
He wanted you to culture up.
And there's like beautiful
women
going in there with like booties, and I'm like, this is not for me.
Like dark skin.
I was like, what was I can't. What, did he see me like when he suggested that?
He clearly was just trying to entice
Was it
us.
that dark out? Like, I don't know. But
Then
anyways.
later that night we missed like a fight at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, we went to Krispy Kreme.
Oh, that's it.
We could
I
honestly, we need a whole podcast episode about New York because it was
it's not
amazing.
bad.
But
Gin today.
I am like, I want to hear.
it was so
way more.
good.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, we'll keep stories for you. I want to know about your book. You're still writing your second book?
I'm writing like 2 more books right now. So
Two more on top of what you already.
Yeah, actually, I guess kind of like 3 more. It's wild. It's wild out here.
Oh my God.
I am working on Mutt, which is my nonfiction about being
Yes.
Yep. White passing, Mohawk. And then I'm working on 2 fictions
We
as
haven't heard
well.
about these other 2.
No, so I am working on a sequel to In the Hands of Men, which is wild, kind of. And
Is this an exclusive for the Gwen Effect right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Guys, you hear it first on the Gwen.
Yeah,
Effect.
there
Okay, you heard it
There is a
first.
sequel coming.
There is a sequel coming, and then I'm working on another fiction, and I don't even know if I can share anything about it yet, but
You will
there's
share it when
another
you're
thing.
ready.
Yes,
That
exactly.
is
We'll bring you back for
amazing. Oh my
part
God.
2.
Yay.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, so it's like right now I'm like writing like crazy, and like whenever I get burnt out on one topic, I just
Move to
open
the
another
other.
doc and go to the other thing.
Other
and
books,
just-
that's good though. That's
Keeps
smart.
things fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want them to like, I don't know, I want to get them finished as quickly as possible. I
Yeah.
like just kind of like
Doing
going
something and
full
finishing it.
focus and being like, okay, I just want to like, and that's how I was with Itham too. That it was like once I wrote it initially as a screenplay, and then I went back and was like, no, I want to get this done as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And
Good for you.
Yeah, without
I'm that
losing
way
focus,
too.
without losing
It takes a lot
focus.
of discipline though. Like I love to write, but I
Yeah.
have to really be in a mindset. Like we talked about this last
It
time.
is tough to almost like have that like creative
Spark.
inspiration. Yeah, the creative spark
Yeah.
happen. Yeah, yeah.
That's like, it's totally off subject, but I got a tattoo gun this week.
Yes. I've seen the tattoo.
Look at Joe's tattoo that I did when I was last
it.
night.
I love.
Scorpio.
That's good.
Yeah, you did that.
I know.
good.
So last night he was out here and I was like, no, I've got the creative urge. You need to come in right now. And then he like laid down on the couch and I was like,
That's really good though. We should do like
From far away, it's pretty
tattoos
good.
after each podcast.
For
Well,
people
we
that can't see because our producer is behind
we have
camera
girl,
right now.
we have girls
it's a
Christmas
beautiful
on
Scorpio.
Friday, and Brittany's like, bring the tattoo gun. And I was like, I'm gonna be fucked.
No, I said
yeah,
we
yeah.
should
Everyone
touch
gets
up
drunk
my
drunk
G.
tattoos.
I don't
I
feel.
even said that to Joey. I was like, I would love my G
I
touch up.
will do
Yeah.
a peach on your butt, but that's
Yeah, we were
Oh
just
my
discussing
gosh, I
that
love-
too.
That's it.
I love.
Come
Um,
over for tattoo night. Jen.
Do you want to jump
I'm
in?
down, I'm here.
Do you want? I want to do. Can we do the never have I ever questions
Yeah,
first?
absolutely.
I think that's more fun because it just kind of breaks
Absolutely.
it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain to them what never have I ever, Kate.
Okay, so it's exactly how it sounds.
Thank you for that.
Like
so
first, then.
so we are gonna raise our little cutie little signs if it's true. So never have I ever. If it's true, we're gonna raise our sign, as in we have done this. If we have
have
not,
done
then we have not. I just have some weird feeling that Jin's gonna raise them for everything.
I feel like everyone always gives this vibe.
I know.
to me.
I'm like, are you?
Like, people think I'm like, I
Who
think people
raises
think I'm
more
way
or
more
I?
wild.
Yeah,
than I
Joe
am,
should
you
do
know?
a tally count. Do you think
Yeah.
we could do that, Joe? Like,
But also,
Joe's on it.
for the listeners,
Yes.
we'll also say, I have.
Yes.
And maybe you can pick out our voices. I don't know.
should we just nod?
Have I?
No,
Yeah,
but for the listeners.
Okay. Oh,
first-
duh.
first-
Oh,
first
yeah.
listeners.
Yeah. For our
Shout out to
podcast pals, you know?
Spotify.
Yeah. Shout out to Spotify.
It's on
We love you.
Spotify and it's just like crickets.
Yeah. I'm listening
An
to watch.
eternity later.
Okay, let me fill up my drink really quick.
Cute. Love it.
Kid free
have-
tonight.
yeah.
So does everyone need a refill?
I'm all good.
Good, sis.
I like don't play well with this mic. I swear to God.
Next time,
my
we'll,
face.
are they all the same? I was gonna say we'll get you another one next time.
Oh
but-
no! It's just
just
they're all the
that one.
same. It's just that like
Sorry, I'm making dirty.
she's like, is it just
Sorry.
this
They're all
one?
the same.
They're all the
Can't
same.
help ya. Okay, so the first question. Do you guys have these in front of you? Okay.
Wait,
no, so they're
wait,
surprised.
and I raise it up if it's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm listening. I'm listening really well.
Okay, never have I ever stood someone up on a date. I need to think about this. I don't think I have.
Because you've been with the same man for how many years?
One time when I was in grade 7.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think I had lied to this boy that I was 16, but I was I think 12. And I might have still stood.
Joey, you're not allowed to participate.
So if you're watching, she's really sorry.
I feel like I didn't know what that means at that time, but
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I stood him up one time. I'm not going to put mine up though. That's just a funny fun fact story. Okay, Tamara, you put yours up.
Yeah, tell us the story. I don't think I've ever.
Well, I think I went through something.
Preach. Amen.
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of relationships, like a lot. I mean, sorry, no,
Not
I shouldn't
that
say
many.
I've been in a couple like
Serious relationships.
Yeah,
though,
serious
right?
relationships.
I think
that
you're
have
like
led me.
that.
Yeah, that have led me to where I am. So no, I have not been in a lot of relationships. So there was a time in between like a breakup with a long-term relationship that I did. I was kind of maybe like, what would you call it?
Dating.
I was dating
around.
I was dating. I was
Getting
dating.
around? Did you say getting around?
Dating around.
No, not dating around.
Dating
Okay.
around. But getting around is cool too.
But it was empowering.
Whatever
Like,
floats
I
your
felt
boat.
like
Whatever.
I was a decision maker. Like it was in my court for the first time ever. Never dated really anybody. So yeah, I did. Like,
Joe,
if
have
wanted
I
to go
ever
on and,
stood you up?
Do something else.
I have?
Really? Tell us a story. Joe's not talking.
Get on the mic.
Get on the mic.
Give them
We
my
want
We'll
Joey.
talk about it later. My apologies. Okay, so number 2 is never have I ever had a speeding ticket, and I'm gonna raise mine 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
You have
no,
it?
I think I've actually only
and I
twice.
drive really fast, but I'm never caught.
I also have got a driving without insurance, and I think the insurance thing was not my fault though. My dad, I bought my car and then I gifted it to my dad, so then his stickers were on it, like should have been on it.
Okay.
But then I didn't
So it was
update my
one of those-
stickers.
Yeah.
My birthday's in May, his is in August. So it was just a big misunderstanding, officer. Like,
It's always a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
never have I ever ghosted someone. I definitely have.
Definitely. I'm probably ghosting someone right now.
Okay, never have I ever. I already know Tamara's is gonna be up for this one. Never have I ever given a fake name.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember
I
that
don't
story I
know.
told you?
I don't know if I have, but no. I feel like you just have the personality that like you want to be like, let's make up fake lives.
No,
He's like,
I
that's
went
just
in.
it. Yeah.
I went in. I went into a club one time, like a not a very good club, and I went
Wasn't very
with
good.
my friend that enticed me to go. And I walked in, and I was like, "My name's Tammy," and she's like, "What the fuck? No, your name's not Tammy." Anyways, I'm not going to
Tammy.
go.
I
into
like that it's like
details,
not
but I
that
did
different.
go
You're like,
into
my
a
name's
club.
Tammy. Is it my? What's your name? You're like Tammy.
Tammy.
I am thinking though, for me, I am gonna erase this because when I used to play Habbo Hotel,
What did you go by?
ASL, Kylie, I think.
Kylie.
Oh, I can see you as a Kylie.
Maybe Kylie.
Do you have a cousin named
Cute.
Kylie?
Yeah, I do.
Cute.
Okay, and I feel like you
Yeah.
look like her.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, these are all hypothetical yeses.
Yeah. Okay. What is
Katie, the
Habbo
next
Hotel?
one.
What is
Habbo Hotel?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Is it like Roller Coaster Tycoon?
No, it was like an online chat.
Oh.
And it was like an online chat that I can't believe this. I
never
used to
heard,
do it with
no.
Maris all the time. We were probably like 12, 13.
Right.
And you would go ASL, age, sex, location.
Oh,
and you would
okay.
create a fake character and you would go around and you could build things, but then you could also chat online with
This
strangers.
also sounds kind of dangerous.
And then we would find people and we would add them on MSN and then Google search pictures of girls and be like, that's me. Yeah.
Wow,
these are
that's
my
really-
titties.
Yeah, I know. So
That
no
was like
titties, but
catfishing.
yeah,
early days.
yeah, we were
Early
catfishing.
catfishing.
So you've catfished.
This is embarrassing now that the story's gone this far. But
love
yeah,
it. I
Katie,
love
the
it.
next
it
one, though.
happened. It happened.
Like, moving on.
Okay. Okay. Never have I ever. Tamara and I both need to put this up. Never have I ever shoplifted.
Have you not?
Okay, so no, but one time one time I was at a store and I put this headband on and then I honestly just like forgot about it and I
that's
walked
cute.
out.
I did that when I was
out.
5.
No, you need to put it up.
Bubble gum.
Yeah, and then I got out and I was like, but I couldn't go back because
Yeah.
they wouldn't believe me. They wouldn't believe that I just
No.
walked out. But
Maybe we should have said that, Kate.
That also happened to me as well one time when I went as a kid and I went to the convenience store and I couldn't decide between ice cream or a chocolate bar and I walked out. I paid for the one and I walked out and then I got scared that I was going to get in trouble. So then I walked back in and I bought a piece of gum, but I put the chocolate bar
back.
Yeah. But
love.
I have stolen. I have also got caught.
Can we just
for
tell our story
getting
quickly?
Yeah, I
stolen.
need to hear
We're
this story.
30.
Yeah,
This
I
is
need-
15 years
Okay.
ago.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
also, we got caught at the mall for stealing. Tamara did steal, and I also did steal. Tamara
got
went
caught.
Tamara went through great lengths. Yeah, I got greedy.
Katie got greedy.
And
really greedy.
you
Right.
know what? Because we were there with a friend. I won't say who, but we were there with a friend who had been stealing. And she's like, this is how you steal. And we were 15. And I was like, oh my God, okay. So then, yeah, we stole from the first place. And then Tamara took the shirt when we got caught. and was like, put her perfume on it. And she's like, it's mine. Smell it. It has my perfume on it.
Did they believe you?
No.
Jen, when this all was happening, my mother was in the room with us when we got caught and was just letting us all have it. And then she said to us, you fucking idiots. I gave you my Visa card. And she did. Yeah.
It wasn't a money thing.
So
I did
it
draw
wasn't
them.
on the premises for a year. And
We were
scared
banned.
shitless,
They didn't call
right?
the police. We just got banned from the mall for a year. And I stuck to that for about 10 months.
Yeah, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the danger.
Yeah.
Right? We
about the risk.
absolutely. Like thinking back now, we're like, what the heck? But it was the
the little rush.
a little bit of rush of adrenaline.
The
Let's do it.
excitement. I was going downhill at that point, like pretty hard.
We all had the bestie that was like.
I
that was good at
also
shoplifting,
cried
too.
really hard. I could like cry on command at that point. I cried
good. You
super
were
hard,
good.
and I was like, "We're so remorseful. I'm so sorry." And then I left, and I was like, whatever.
Whatever. I'll go to a different mall.
Yeah, fuck this mall. Okay, never have I ever broken a bone. I have not.
I haven't.
Not until last year.
Yeah,
In my ankle.
Your ankle.
Yeah.
Okay, never have I ever returned something after I've already worn it. I did this last week.
Love it. Love it.
I did this last week. It was my first time purchasing from this store. It was Aerie. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
Your suit? You
Yeah,
didn't like it?
I wore it and it just like pilled so bad. They hadn't even washed it and I spent so much money on it. And I was like, fuck this. No, thank you. So I took it back.
It
and
peeled before even washing it.
I didn't even take the tags off yet.
better,
I didn't
Aerie.
even take the tags off yet. So it was fine.
Where'd you wear it?
I wore it for like a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have
a
also
lounge
returned
set.
that. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed. Okay. Have you guys done that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
Wow. Fuck me. I mean, at this point,
It's still like
I know. I'm like, see,
Jin's
that's
at the
the
least. Never have I ever stalked an ex's new partner on social media. I mean,
Hello?
who?
You're all
I
lying
see
if you
who
haven't.
who
You're all
hasn't?
lying.
Anyone
Who
that says
hasn't?
they haven't, like, you never cared.
Who
then.
hasn't?
Whatever.
Never have I ever been thrown out of a bar or club. I have.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your stories?
Yeah, tell us, Jen.
I think I've already told mine on the podcast, but maybe not.
I think I've had a couple of just getting a little. Maybe I was falling down. I used to wear really, really high heels.
You did,
too.
yeah.
I used to wear like 6-inch heels everywhere I went, and I'm like quite tall.
You are.
Also, so like I was just like, it was like a giraffe.
You were like 7
falling-
feet
You were
It was like a
yourself
giraffe
up.
falling down. So there was like, it was never like thrown out, but it was like, hey, like you probably should leave. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah, you couldn't hide it.
And then one time I remember being in, I think we were still in high school, but we were at the Rippers in Kingston, like Plaza.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember who I was with, so I'm not even gonna out whoever I was with. But we were like taking selfies, and we couldn't understand why they wouldn't let us take pictures.
Okay.
But like we weren't taking pictures of the dancers, and we definitely got tossed out. But
That's
it was one of those
funny.
things. I was like, we're just taking selfies of
We're
ourselves,
being
and
innocent.
they were like, you can't be taking pictures at all. And then they would leave, and we'd be drunk and be like,
Jokes
ourselves,
on
though,
them.
right?
We're
So-
like, but we need to document that we're here
Yeah.
and underage.
and underage. Yeah, it's one of those things. You look back, you're like, why couldn't we have just chilled? Like, was that necessary? Like, I had to post like 67 pictures from the Digicam, like on Facebook the next.
With like a caption of like nights we can't remember with people
oh
we
my
can't
gosh,
forget.
yeah, some
Yeah.
like some Black Eyed Peas lyrics or something.
I was listening to The Thrill of It the other day at the gym, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness. Like,
Bringing you back.
yeah.
Oh, I saw your status. Case Mary, do you remember your story or just saying?
I get kicked out. I get barred all the time because I just.
We actually all got kicked out as a group. I've been kicked out of a bar twice.
Not because I'm nasty or mean,
Yeah.
but because I drink a lot of
She
tequila.
parties.
You have been kicked out though with me because we were at my bachelorette.
Oh, you got kicked out at your back.
We got kicked out of my
We got
bachelorette
kicked out of the
because
strip
we went into a female strip club,
Okay,
and
yeah.
my sister-in-law was drunk,
Yeah.
but she tripped. And then I think honestly, because we were all really beautiful, and like I think honestly that has a lot to do with it. And they're like, "No, you're too drunk, get out." So we got kicked out of that.
Because you
And it
were,
was-
you were
I think we're
distracting.
drunk,
You were
though.
The
distracting
men.
from the clientele.
yeah. So I really think that we were in
I like
Toronto.
This. I like this.
And then my
It
other
was time for bed anyways.
Yeah.
it was like 2:30 in the morning. My
They're either like get up there on the stage or leave.
Or get the
Or
fuck
leave.
out.
Like,
And then the first time though, I was 17 or 18,
Yeah.
and I had Brittany Skinner's ID, and I went to MJ's in Belleville, and they were like, couldn't tell if it was me or not, and they were like, do your signature, and then I signed Brittany Skinner. I gotta tag her in this. I signed Brittany Skinner, and then he was like, grabbed me by the shirt, and he's like, not even close, and threw me out. I know, and I was like, we just had our mom drive us all this way here. here.
This is reminding me that I also got kicked out of MJ's.
I feel like we all have. I mean, I always get cut off, so it's
That's so funny.
I was underage. It was like some show, and there was someone that was with us that was pregnant, and so she was like, just switch me wristbands, because I had like an all ages wristband, and she was over 19, and so we were switching, and then this like bouncer came over. He's like, I saw what you're doing, and I just like started bullying him.
You're like, no, you didn't.
Instead of being like, okay, whatever, you caught me, just give me a new wristband, I was like, no, I'm gonna stand.
I'm gonna stand my ground.
That was actually one time that I actually got thrown out.
You're like, you didn't see a thing. You didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about that until right now. I'm sorry to this.
Never
poor
have I
man
ever
bullied.
forgotten where I parked
my car.
I think you mean car.
my can. Just bebopping around. Yeah, I forget that like everywhere I go though.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
this was me last week. Last Friday, Sunday I was Christmas shopping and I was overstimulated. And it was just like on hypersensitive mode, you know, when you're like, fuck, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And I literally kept like hitting my car, but there were so many cars around doing the same thing. So I finally found my car.
Yeah.
And there was this chick beside me and she's like, oh, I thought you locked yourself out of your car. And I was like, it's time for me to go home.
I have to go. I hate like shopping and you're getting overheated and like
it's awful.
overstimulated. I start like dissociating
Yes,
whenever I'm
me
in
too.
malls.
I'm like, get me.
Yeah. It's like I don't even.
Yeah.
No, I'm not there. I'm not there. It's someone else. I don't know that bitch.
I didn't hear a word you guys said.
She did it. She just disassociated.
She's gone.
Reading this. Okay, never have I ever cut my own hair. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I cut Tamara's hair just
I
recently.
was just going to say, I don't cut my hair, but Katie cuts my hair.
Love that.
It's hard to be good at everything. Never have I ever, we already asked that one. Okay, never have I ever given a fake number away. Yeah, when I was playing Habbo Hotel.
Habbo Hotel.
Go home and Google this, please.
ASL, I know.
I feel like my friends' numbers, maybe.
No.
Or I used to at one point.
Really? You were that friend and all of a sudden they got like random messages?
Oh, yeah.
You have been tricky because at my bachelorette, this is kind of
Joe's like, excuse me, what?
At my bachelorette, so at dinner, we all went to dinner and we had a male waiter and he was good looking and it was you, right?
Total stud.
Tamara and him made a connection. He was really into Tamara, blah, blah, blah. So she got his phone. She left her phone number on the plate.
Oh, okay.
Of where she was sitting. And she was like, yeah, like let's hook up, blah, blah. So then like the night progressed and we like had all like finished. And it was like 3:00 in the morning when we got, and we had separate rooms. So Tamara and Kaylee and Brittany and Maddie were in one room, and then Chantal and Caitlin and I were in another room on another floor.
Right.
And she was texting this guy and gave him our room number.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so it's fucking 3:30 in the morning, and
This guy shows up,
and he's knocking at the door, and I'm fucking crying. I'm fighting for another reason already, and this guy's at the door. I'm like, you fuck, like
you were pissed at your sister-in-law because of what had happened.
No. I was like, Joe's mad. I went to the strippers.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, but no, we sat around just for like.
Joe's like, this is a tense subject.
Innocent joke.
It was like
digging it all up
a lot of years
tonight.
ago.
It was 8 years ago. I think we have moved on.
It's
Okay.
No, Joey.
Never have I ever laughed so hard.
Tammy needs another drink.
May I have a drink, Joe?
She's serious.
Tammy.
She's serious.
Literally sitting here like,
Ding, ding, ding.
I
Never
love you so much.
Never have I ever laughed so hard I peed myself. Yes, after I gave birth a couple of times.
Yeah.
Love that.
Can't go on a trampoline like I used to.
Yeah.
What about you, Jen?
I don't think I have. No.
Yeah. Nope. Never have I ever. Well, we already asked this one. Kind of set someone up on a date.
Oh, is this a pet peeve of yours?
Oh, I couldn't. Never have I.
Nope. Never have I ever used someone else's toothbrush.
Have you, Jen?
Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah.
No.
Like okay, so if you're at a dick appointment, okay, and you didn't plan to
be there,
you didn't plan to be there.
Their dick's already been in your mouth. So what's the harm of their toothbrush?
This is always
Did
my.
you just say what I thought you said?
Yeah, she did.
A dick appointment. Tammy. You're Tammy tonight.
I'm Tanya.
Tanya's her name.
Okay.
Tanya.
Okay, so yeah, if you're already
there, you want to brush your teeth, and you're like, well, we've already done the others.
Yeah.
Joe won't stop using my fucking toothbrush. I literally just bought him a toothbrush. I just bought him a toothbrush last week. I don't even share drinks with anybody.
No. See, this is like Tommy.
Not
Tommy's
even my
really,
kids. You are pointing at me. It's pink and purple. I just bought you a blue one. He uses my oh my god, it makes me so mad. And then I just texted him the other day because I'm like, did you lose the new toothbrush that I got you? Because he leaves it out. Like, we don't put our toothbrushes away. Anyways, oh my god.
Okay, so like Tommy would also he's with you on this because he hates if I ever use his toothbrush.
I hate it.
And I'm like, you'll lick my beehole.
Oh.
It's different, okay? It's different. It's
but
different.
You won't let me brush my teeth.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
You do you. You do you.
Never have I ever ignored someone in public I knew.
Have we ever been to Walmart in Napanee?
Yeah, it happens on the weekly.
It's not that I mean to. It's just that like I'm just in like a.
Me either. I
Sometimes
don't mean
to. Sometimes I mean to.
Sometimes I'm just like I like to disassociate wherever I am, and so I'll just. Yeah, I have my blinders on, you know.
No, honestly, I do say hi a lot to people.
Have you ever said hi to me?
Tell them your whole life.
Have I seen you?
I don't know. No, I don't know because that's the thing.
If I saw you, I would say hi.
I've had before because I disassociate so bad when I'm at stores. I've had someone be like, Jen.
I would harass you,
and then they come up to me, and I'm like, oh hey, and I like haven't even meant to ignore them. I'm just like I'm in ignore everyone mode.
One time, I'm so desperate to say hi to people that one time I was at a photo shoot with my fucking kids, and it was just for them. And my ex-boyfriend was there with his new family and their
I
kids.
didn't know this.
Across the street, it was like 4 years ago.
The street too,
and I was like, let me walk over and say hi, and I don't know why I did that. And Olin wouldn't stop crying, and it was like the most embarrassing thing. And I was in track pants, and I was just like,
you had to make those greetings made.
What am I doing? But
some greetings.
Yeah. So that was that. Okay.
I love it.
Never have I ever flashed someone. Tamara did this like friggin'.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
What was the last time I did?
Tamara, you guys were literally Maddie too. Had your tips out on the 401 like not 2 months ago.
I was
driving.
Out of a bar?
No, we were freaking driving
Love
home from Nordee or Thermia. We were driving home from the spa.
We were sober.
And they felt so refreshed from the spa.
They just needed to have live a little, I think.
Live a little.
I'm an instigator.
I don't know if I have.
I don't think I am.
I have flashed my husband, and that's pretty much it.
That's it. She's a good one. She's a good one. One time I didn't mean to be flashing my downstairs bits. I was like playing frisbee, and I thought I was doing this
frisbee.
I thought I was doing this cool under the leg move.
Oops.
And then I found out later, and he was like, "I thought you were meaning to flash me."
It's so funny.
All this time because he never said it.
It's like how you draw them in. Like, let's play frisbee.
Oops, I forgot to wear underwear. Who wears
Only with jeans. Okay. Never have I ever ruined an item of clothing I borrowed from a friend. I don't think I have.
I don't think I have. No.
Unless, I mean,
probably ruined a purse of mine in grade 10.
She's like, actually, wait.
Your makeup exploded in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It was a really good one.
I don't remember, but I could see it happening.
You're like, I believe
I'm
you.
sorry about that now. I feel like it's like Mean Girls when it's like, I did this and I'm sorry about it now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Not
about
big
it
deal.
now.
I think I still have the bag.
Well, it couldn't have been
to remind her.
Hold on to that.
It couldn't have been that ruined. Never have I ever regifted a present I didn't want. Yeah, I do this all the time.
Yeah.
It's like recycling. It's
I don't want things to go to waste.
It's good.
Or there's something that I get and I'm like, you know what, who would really love this?
Exactly.
And I want to give it
or
to
if you already have, I don't know, you already have it or something already.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, I already answered this. Never have I ever used a fake ID to get into a club. I did get into MJ's once with Brittany Skinner's ID. It was the second time that I got declined. So yeah.
And I like moved to Toronto when I was 17, so I used fake IDs for like 2 years.
Wow.
Never have I.
It's good.
No. What?
No.
Just Kaylee and I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never have I ever forgotten a friend's birthday. No, I don't. Not recently because of Facebook.
I was gonna say Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. I hate if you're anyone I know and you don't have your birthday on Facebook. Like, come on, who are you?
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Don't expect any wishes.
It's your fault.
Okay, never ever have I auditioned for a reality TV show, Jen.
No, actually, that's a lie. I auditioned for Canadian Idol when I was like,
Did you?
When I was like a little kid, yeah.
Did you? Oh my God, I have a story that's
really
not the same,
cringy.
but
It was really cringy, yeah.
were you on TV?
What did you do?
No.
What'd you sing?
I don't even remember.
No.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I tried to block it from my memory, actually.
Really? You're such a great singer, though. I have a very similar story, and I'm not a great singer, but it was not Canadian Idol. Ryan Malcolm won Canadian Idol, and Ryan Malcolm is from Amherstville, which we are very close to. And his parents owned a sports bar on Bath Road.
Okay, yeah.
My mom had a Century 21 office next door. So they put on a singing competition, and winner something had to do with Ryan Malcolm. So I did the first singing competition, and I sang A Moment Like This by Kelly Clarkson, and I got to the second round, and then the second round I brought my friend from public school who was not very nice, and I got chickened out and I didn't sing the second song, and I went home. I know.
Oh my God.
And that's like, I think about all the time that I'm like, I wouldn't have made it because I'm not a good singer, but like I should have had courage. You know,
that's a life lesson though.
I know. It really is. Okay. And then what is your favorite? Cause it's Christmas. We added these ones on. What is your favorite Xmas memory?
Oh, see, I loved when I was a kid, and like the whole, like the cookies and the carrots, and like we used to leave sugar
Cookie
too.
and carrot? Oh, for
Sugar,
for
and so
reindeer.
like the reindeer, and like there would be like, you know, the little sips out of the milk and the little nibbles out of the cookies, and like the sugar and the carrots sort of be. That was my favorite part. It felt so magical.
I love that.
I still, like, to this day, like, I don't really give that much of a fuck about gifts. I like the magic of Christmas.
The innocence of it too. Like,
exactly.
I think the closest thing for me was giving birth to, like, at the time I didn't know the sex of Gwendolyn. So I was like, is this going to be a girl or a boy? So that anticipation of like Christmas morning was kind of the same thing for me. The innocence. I'm the same way.
Yeah. It's so magical.
It is
right?
magical.
Do you have a specific memory? Like your favorite memory, or just in general?
I just think like it's my mom's totally that meme with the coffee cup and she's sitting on there.
Yeah, she is.
Shout out to Min with like that smirk, like just watching and sipping
you
her
open your
coffee,
presents.
like, and
knowing
my
you're gonna
dad
love
too,
it. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
My parents are separated, but still great friends. But I just remember coming down as an only child and them sitting there and having to.
Well,
wait
and they separated
patiently
later in your life too, like
later
more
in
in
my
a
life,
teenager, right? So you
16.
still had your family together.
Absolutely, but yeah, it was the pure innocence. Yeah, always. Yeah,
always.
So fun.
Now that you mentioned that, so my mom and dad we would do this every year. Taylor and I, my twin brother, we would do the reindeer chant, and my brother continued this with my parents like into adulthood. And
Does he still do it?
no,
Oh,
but my parents would buy reindeer food, and we would go out and we would go stomp our feet with all our might, and then we would like do this little rhyme that they printed off the internet to like call Santa and like do the reindeers. And then I remember I have three. One time my parents, we wouldn't go to bed, and my dad, we would not go to bed, and my dad, I didn't know how he did it at the time because we were really young, but I hear this.
Yeah.
Enough. And he goes, oh yeah, just one sec. He gets up and gets the door. He goes, knowing my dad now, like, he goes, he opens the door. He's like, okay, yep, okay, and closes the door. He goes, you guys better get to bed. That's Santa. He's got to go to China and come back.
I love that.
So that was a really funny one. And also, honestly, the one that comes to mind, and just because I love it so much, is, and it's an interesting thing that it comes to mind, but my grandfather would do a lot of things with the church, and they would do a lot of plays at Christmas time. So I remember like being young and going to different churches or theaters and like watching these like Christmas holiday plays. And I love that. And actually I was thinking about it already that I want to do that this year. I want to go to a play.
because it's fun for your kids too. Like
I went by myself, but
Right?
They love that.
yeah,
They
but
love
so
that.
that was one of the things that I immediately thought of, was that I really loved going to watch these plays. And I remember one, like, my grandpa was, you know, a wise man, and we got to run around backstage after on the set, and like that was just so cool. Like we loved that. So okay, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Okay.
Yes, let's hear it.
Annabelle's Wish.
Yes, I know that one.
Annabelle's Wish is
the little
so
cow.
good.
Yeah.
It was a cow.
Yeah, we're not even gonna spoil it, but it's
it's
a
a good one.
wonderful
I watched
tale
it
of this
often.
cow at Christmas. That's my favorite. It's my favorite.
I watched that lots
Where did
when
you
I was
watch it
little.
on?
Yeah.
Is it, can you stream it?
I Okay, I looked this up yesterday, and I feel like we can't. I feel like I have to like order it.
You have to buy it.
We have to buy it.
It's worth it.
It's worth every like $21.
I really liked the style of cartoon that it's into. It's cute.
Really good. I feel really sad you haven't seen this.
No, I haven't, and I love cows.
You'll have to add it to your list.
Yeah.
What's yours, Tamara?
The 1965 Rudolph. I think it was
like the
original, the OG.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That god awful.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
I
just watched it. Actually, Ryan and Ryan's dad watched it last.
I have to pull this
Thursday, and it was so good.
So nostalgic.
I love
right?
it. That was a core memory of mine as a childhood. So being able to do that with her is so special, and I still absolutely love it so much. So
that's the best.
That's my fave.
Tommy is like king of Christmas, so like he's already like our house is all decorated.
Oh, I love that.
He's already started like we have to watch Christmas movies whenever we watch anything. From like here on out. Like it started like my birthday's in early November, and I swear like the second my birthday's done, it's like okay, it's Christmas. Yeah.
Gone. Good. Go.
Yeah.
I don't know where he did this. I'm gonna have to find it, and I'll see if I can send it to Joe. But I was scrolling last night, and I found this random person on Reels, and they were like, "My hidden talent is I can do the voice of Rudolph from that same movie," and it was like spot on. They were a little bit odd, so there was some mean comments, but I commented and I was like, this is perfect.
You should send that to me.
It was so good. Like it was like, I don't even know what the fucking words are now, but like it was just so good. So that one. But honestly, my favorite, I have two favorite Christmas movies. They're not old. Loved those ones. Like love that whole series of like Santa Claus coming to town, of course, because it's nostalgic. I fucking love The Grinch. I will watch it a million times. I've already watched it with the kids.
Like the cartoon.
They're like Jim Carrey.
Oh, the Jim Carrey. Okay,
so
yeah.
Well, love it.
Yeah.
Watched it 100 times. So love The Grinch, but also always my favorite. I love Christmas with the Cranks so much.
Okay. Never seen it.
I've never seen it
You've
either.
never seen it?
No.
Oh my God, it's great. It's all about like their daughters going away and like so they decide to skip Christmas and then like it's just oh my God, like it's
okay.
So
I have
good.
to watch
it's
it
got,
this year. This will be the year.
Tim Allen.
Okay.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
I've definitely heard of it. I just have never.
Oh my God, I'm shocked. I'll send you the email transfer to rent it. It's so good.
Can we stream it? Can we stream it?
No, you have to rent it. I
what
look
is
for
this
it all
with
the
these
time.
Christmas movies? We can't. I know.
I know. So Christmas with the Cranks. Look, Joe just pulled it up.
Okay. Yeah. No. I've
It's
never.
got.
yes, I have seen
what's
that.
his name?
I
was in high school when it came out.
What's the heck's his name
I've
from
not seen that.
Kingston? What's his name, Joe?
From Kingston.
Kingston. The guy from Kingston. Joe, what's his name? Love, you're blocking him. What is his name? That guy.
He's an actor from Kingston?
He's an actor from Kingston. Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
See, Tommy's probably seen this before.
He's Kingston from Kingston.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, highly recommend. Love that one.
Love it.
Okay.
We're gonna have to watch that.
What is on your Christmas wish list this year? Or what was your favorite Christmas gift that you've ever got?
May I? Sorry.
Yes,
Dan
for sure.
Aykroyd, he also has autism. He's the creator of Ghostbusters. I just
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yep.
Shout out.
Shout
out. We're from like Kingston area, so
doesn't he like have like a cottage in?
We're gonna get him back on
Edward
for
County.
17.
Yeah, maybe Prince Andrew County or Thousand Islands. I don't
maybe
know.
Thousand Islands. Yes.
I don't know.
Dan. Ottawa.
Okay, well, he's Canadian.
Ottawa.
Okay. Does he
comes
have
he comes to Kingston.
I think he has a cottage around here.
He comes to Kingston all the time.
I feel positive of this.
It's got to be Thousand
Me and
Islands.
Danny go way back.
We feel hopeful. Sorry, Katie, what was the next question? What was on our Christmas list?
What's on our Christmas list and or my just interjection of it? What has been your favorite like Christmas gift that you've ever gotten?
Okay.
I don't know.
Again, like I don't necessarily like gifts for me like are great, but
I would like AirPods,
Yeah.
please. I would like AirPods.
Oh yeah, you lost yours.
AirPods.
I
She
lost
needs some AirPods.
mine. I want AirPods.
I always steal Ryan's.
and a pair of slippers. Google that and write that down as well.
Experiences
Just
though,
joking.
for me.
Experiences, and I just love like having food,
Oh,
like appetizers, drinking.
I thought you just meant like in general. I'm like, yeah,
Playing
food's
games.
really
Like, someone just give me
expensive
some
right
groceries. Yeah, no, but like just like some
Yes.
appies, some
Yes.
drinks. Like I like the warm glow. You know, the warm glow of the Christmas season.
I do. Yeah.
Cheers to that
Cheers,
again,
baby.
guys.
Yeah.
Cheers, Kate.
My
to
drinks
that.
almost empty.
It's like
yeah.
lovely, you know. Like,
It
it's
is.
just I don't know. I feel like that's what like Christmas to me is really about.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Not that I don't. I know, and like not that I don't like presents, like don't get me wrong, but like I can't even.
Which is fine, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even think of my favorite
even
present.
Ryan
though.
is like, I really want to like buy for each other. Like what I love that part of it. And I was like, I would rather just do a stocking stuffer for each other.
I think because we also just buy for ourselves,
do
like
experiences at this point.
Yes.
I would love to go away with you. To do
Joe and I
fun.
buy a
That's
lot
my
for
favorite thing,
ourselves. We spend a lot of money on ourselves.
Well, I
don't
think
we?
at this
Love
point
that,
you're
though.
like, oh, I like that, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna grab it when I'm out if it's a good deal.
Joe also declined to go to Dominican Republic January 21st to 25th, and
I'll go with
also
you.
declined. Okay, and also declined to go to Old Montreal for a weekend as well. That just happened today, and I'm still stung about it. Obviously.
I love Old
I do feel like though now, like as time has passed on, and obviously like Tamara, you can relate to this with Gwen, like just being a parent, it gives you that different perspective of like just
Absolutely.
wanting to make things special for your family.
Yeah,
you know,
because you remember
so,
those special times too,
yeah, and just trying
and
to
how
bring
they
that in.
sat with us.
Yeah. So
sure.
my favorite Christmas gift I ever received, I was 10 years old. My parents had temporarily separated, and one Christmas I got a phone.
Oh,
I
wow.
I know. I was 10. I got a phone.
10?
Yeah. 10. There was something else, a really like big expensive
Were they
gift, like-
competing?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No,
my
no,
parents
no,
used to do that when I was a kid. They'd be like,
they-
they'd get in fights, and then I remember my dad hated cats. I got a cat one
Really?
time. Not for Christmas, but just
So
they were
funny.
fighting. It was great.
they came together. That was good. They came together. So I got a
Love
phone
that,
and I got
yeah.
something else, and it was from siblings, which we've talked about on this
Right,
already.
yeah.
I got these like snowboard boots.
Okay,
They were
yeah, yeah.
blue, and like I just was obsessed with them. Obsessed with them. So yeah.
They were a thing.
Yeah.
I had white ones.
I just like loved that.
They'll
Like,
probably come back.
yeah.
Watch where.
Yeah.
Oh, frig, they already
We're
are.
calling out that cat.
that
Right,
trend
right
right
now.
here.
They
Yeah.
already are. Okay, so that's it for our never have I ever questions. What are we at for time, Joe?
Oh, we're doing.
yeah.
We're doing the not gonna lie questions.
Okay,
A lot
we're
of people
good.
have done
Okay, yeah.
I just
amazing.
am like I'm like I'll be here all night if you want. Okay, so now we're gonna jump into the not gonna lie. Are you having fun?
I'm having a great time.
I'm having
This is
fun.
Really, really good. I
I'm
can't believe we're already
having
at 50. We're already at 50 minis right now.
I know.
Yo.
Amazing.
Girl
It's
time.
flying by.
Girl time.
So these are the questions that Tamara got asked online.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so what is a lesson that you've learned recently that surprised you? Jim.
Okay, I was thinking about this, and I think that having to advocate for yourself was a huge one. So like last year, I was diagnosed with like melanoma. I'm all good now.
Yeah, we
but it
talked
was
about
one
that.
of those things that did we talk about it on the
I think we did.
No, I don't know if we did because Katie, you mentioned to me when we were
after, right?
pursuing
Like,
her.
can we talk about it? I feel like you asked me like after, like, oh, should we have talked about?
Yeah,
can
I would
we
love
talk
to know
about
that.
Okay, we talked about a lot of things afterwards as well. So
yeah,
I'm
right.
like,
So it's one
yeah.
of those things, but that was something that really taught me like to advocate for myself,
Yeah.
and because my mom had been talking about like this like spot on my back for years,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Years.
it's fine, years,
Really?
honestly. Yeah, and I was like, it's all good.
Charlotte pointed it out, didn't she?
No, she didn't actually.
Who did?
Finally, my mom just kept saying it, and I was like,
Okay.
okay, whatever. So
Okay.
so I went and. I went to the doctors. I saw like a resident, and she was like, it's always good to get these things checked out. She took a sample, but she was like, I think it's all fine. But like, good on you to go. And I was like, okay, cool. She's like, if you don't hear anything, all good news.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't hear it. This was like last August. I don't hear anything. And then I hear something mid-October last year. And it's my doctor calling me being like, hey, you have melanoma.
That's a lot of time to go.
Yeah, and she's apologizing to me, being like, you should have got these. You should have got these results
Way
sooner.
sooner.
She's like apologizing in such a way that I'm like, oh shit, okay.
This is bad.
This
You're like,
is really
who can I
bad.
sue?
Yeah, right. And she's like, next week you'll have an appointment. They'll remove it. And then I call the clinic that she's supposed to be sending me to, and they're like, there's a huge wait list. You're not getting in here next week.
Really?
Yeah. So it was this honestly terrifying thing, and I ended up like going to Montreal, paying out of pocket. Like it was like $1,000 just to have it
So a
removed.
lot.
Have it removed, and they were like, the doctor there was like, any doctor that should have taken one look at this should have known.
Would have known.
They're like, this is like med school 101.
Wow.
And so they were like, they should have taken this off the second they saw it. And so now, and like there was actually a nurse at my clinic that came in, and she was like, you need to advocate for yourself because they'll let you fall through the cracks. So I feel like that's been like a lesson. I mean, like that was last year, but it's really like, it did surprise me, being like, you think that things like that are going to be taken
you
more
have trust.
seriously.
This has kind of been a theme like on the podcast, that it actually comes up quite a bit, that you just like assume trust in the medical system, and that sometimes it's hard because you don't know what to ask or how to know, and so you do put a lot of trust into doctors and into people, but
it's just management. But really, like, can we avoid it? Can we take the necessary steps?
So Jen, I have to ask, do you like you know that it didn't spread or anything like
yes,
that?
I know it didn't spread, so they would have tested it, and then I'm now like down for like I have like checks every 6 months in Kingston with a derm, and
which, you know what, amazing, that
so
you'll be followed.
So they actually like they follow. I've had other spots removed that have been sketchy, but like
my girlfriend went through this recently. Gwendolyn's godmother, I noticed a spot, and we were just like partying one night. Innocently, I'm like, oh, that's kind of ugly. Like, you should get that followed up on, and she did, and sure enough, they were like, this needs to be removed. Like, she was in and out, thankfully, but she again is followed every 6 months, and it can happen so
it can
quickly.
spread like to your lymph nodes in like 4 weeks.
It's
oh
so
my god, that's terrifying.
And they say that once it goes to your lymph nodes, like there's
is
such
that
a low
true?
success,
That's so scary.
Such a low success rate of like
it's
living, survival rate.
It's one of the most
deadliest cancers.
deadly. It is the deadliest cancer.
So honestly, anyone that has weird moles, go get them checked out. Yeah.
Is it hereditary? My grandma had it.
It is, and if you have, I heard that. So the derm in Kingston said if you have like light eyes.
Great.
Okay,
but your eyes are blue though, right? She said specifically green.
Oh,
okay. As the highest, so I don't know why, but
interesting. And yours are very green. They're beautiful.
You got those cancer eyes on me. Like shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
Nice.
Jesus. Okay.
Scary.
Terrifying.
Anyone, go get your moles
so
checked. Go get your moles checked. Yeah.
Yes.
So
go get.
I want to hear your lessons. I want to hear your lessons.
Tamara, tell me your lesson that you've learned recently that surprised you.
I wouldn't say recently, but like when Gwen died, like realizing sometimes there is no reason. And I think as humans, we're like, oh, there's a reason to everything. And there just sometimes is no reason. There's just sometimes things don't make sense.
Yeah.
Which is hard to accept.
Which is hard, but I feel like also it's, I don't know, I think it's healthy.
It's almost,
otherwise I feel like your rage would be through the roof because you'd be like, there does not need to be a reason for this, you know?
Yeah.
And so I feel like it'd be healing to let go of being like, there doesn't need to be a reason for everything.
The surrendering.
Yeah. Which I'm very proud of you. Like, thanks, you know, like you're just.
Well, I mean, I don't surrender every day or every moment, but there is times. But yeah, it's. I'm still in like the moments where, like, for instance, I was at work on Thursday and with a student in genetics randomly called me, and I think at this point we're just really trying to determine what happened or what could have happened. And, you know, I talked to my doctor about this too. And she's like, you know, Tamara, like, I think at this point people are just trying to pinpoint it. And I truly believe it was the original catastrophic seizure that we thought that nobody could have seen coming. But
so hard because
it's playing a little bit of mind games with me. Right. And I just had to tell genetics, like, I appreciate this. I love you guys for doing what you're doing. But I think at this point, like, it's really hard for me to have closure or what kind of closure. Yeah. So, and I remember when she died, like, a good friend of mine again was like, you know, sometimes there is no reason. Yeah. And it's the hardest thing to accept. But it's also the most realistic in life.
You're also like almost not going to have closure, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this time of the year would be absolutely brutal.
Yeah, it's a rough month.
Her birthday's coming up too, so I think like what the fuck was I just thinking to say? How many drinks have I had? Okay, but you just said something.
Lessons or a reason?
Skip me. No, but you said something like, okay, it is a really hard time, but also like about the closure. I think that can like really like relay into a lot of other things in people's lives too. That like it could be like relationships or it could be other things. And like, so I think Tamara, that point about like not always being able to have an answer or like not always being a reason, like, and it's not always necessarily needing an answer. It's okay. And
okay.
You don't always need to seek that out and give, you know, take from yourself if that is.
And I think because as humans, we want to fix things. We want to make things better. We want to recognize
so funny because this is what mine is coming into.
What is it?
It's a good segue.
Okay, so
did you write yours down?
No, but I took a screen. I didn't take a screenshot of it, but I sent something to myself today that I saw that I really resonated with. Are we all good over here?
We're so good. Okay, yeah.
Did someone spill? Shannon, you're like, I don't want to spill wine on the couch.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be Tamara. Everything's fine. I've got a carpet cleaner.
Everything's fine.
Okay, so
She
this
has a really good cleaner.
I have a commercial carpet cleaner. It's
We
necessary
all borrow it.
in our lives. Okay, it is trauma.
Of course, it's me.
It's a clear beverage though.
Sorry, Kate.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
You're
I
getting
tagged Tamara
sentimental
in
and I
this
need to
thing
invest in
that
this.
do you see, like, if you stain your shirt, outline it, and then it looks like it's like a place that you've vacationed to.
I have seen this.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I sent that to Tamara. Okay, so what I say just says trauma makes you feel like you're responsible for other people's moods, so you drain yourself and make sure they feel okay.
Yeah.
Healing makes you realize it's not your responsibility to regulate their emotion, manage insecurities, heal their wounds, or calm inner storms. And like, I think like lately, and I have talked to Tamara about this, I feel like I've really, like, there's been so much going on around me, and I have just felt so depleted in like my own stuff that I have just been withdrawing so much and feeling like, you know what, like my job, I want to be a good friend, but my job is not to like fix things for other people or have people like, I don't know, like kind of like be okay. Like I don't need to like make everybody comfortable. Like my job is just to like worry about me right now. And I think like that's what it is. And I think
it's a fine balance.
Yeah, I think there's a balance, but I think like when reading this and I kind of read through that and I see like just like about like healing is not my responsibility. Like I feel like that takes pressure off me.
It does,
because I feel like I have so much pressure, and I do feel sometimes like I'm a default for, like, I was talking to Brittany about this week, that like I love to fix people's problems. I love to be that friend that like people come to. I love it. And usually I'm 110%, but I feel like I'm like, you know what, like I can just be a good friend and listen. I can just be a good friend and I can ride through this with them. I don't have to fix everything for, and even just as not a friend, but like as a daughter or as a partner, like, you know what I mean? Like all these areas of my life. So that's one thing that I'm kind of like, I just have changed my perspective on a bit, that I'm like, people don't need as much as I think they need
for sure. Yeah, I heard
it's okay to just like not like, because again, we want to be fixers.
Yeah,
it's okay to just like
to just be there.
Just listen.
Yeah, exactly. I heard this thing recently, and it was like, if someone is having a tough time or they're venting, it's like, do you want? And you just say to them, do you want me to listen, or do you want me to try to like offer solution?
I tell people all that all the time when they're like, I don't know what to say, and I'm just like, just listen. You don't
listen.
Need to
you don't need to always. Yeah.
I got offered some unsolicited advice today, and usually it does not bother me, but I've just been so like,
I hate unsolicited advice.
Bothered lately, and I'm like, and it was in business. It was about business, and I was like, I have been doing my business long enough that there is absolutely calculated rhyme or reason to everything that I'm doing in the business. And I know that it meant so well, but I just like shut it down. And I was like, no, this is it. And like, then I was talking to my mom this week, and she's like, oh, well, you know, this, not, and I just kept like being like, I don't need you to fix it. I'm not telling you to tell me like all these things, right? You know? Like, so I felt like the other side of that.
Exactly. And I feel like, especially when it's your career and it's something you're so passionate about, you're like, I got this. I don't need everyone else's opinions on it. You know,
I'm like, really honest that if I need support, I seek it out. Like,
that's
for the most part. Okay. Okay. I'm really interested to hear both of your responses to this. Would you rather live in a world without internet or music?
Okay, I would much prefer to give up the internet, actually. Even though I love the internet,
I think I read this question wrong.
Yeah.
Would you rather? No. Oh, I skipped 2. Okay. Well, I'll go back to 2. Okay. But okay, so the way I read this question was, would you rather...
What did you do?
I read it wrong.
Okay.
You understood it right. I thought it meant like, would you rather live in a world without internet and music?
But no, one or the other, right?
But okay, I'm reading it now that it is one or the other.
Like, I feel like music is such a grounding thing for me.
I need music. I need
the internet. I'm a hypochondriac, so
fucking WebMD.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you guys are.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You guys are music gals.
Yeah, we can ask you, like, call you and be like, hey, can you please actually quickly Google me something?
I thought for whatever reason, when I read this, I thought it was just like, would you want to live in a world without internet and music? And I was like, no. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
There you go.
No,
I don't know.
It's weird because I always think the internet, it does like connect us more, but then it also creates this like huge disconnect too. That like
it's
like
a fine line, right? I do love the ability of different things, but again, it is
like there's such a way to build community with the internet, but then there's also a way that it's like I think we're way more anxious because of it. Like
I just had a talk with my doctor about this today because we were talking about ADHD and like because I'm trying to figure out, okay, I started seeing a counselor in the last couple of weeks.
Love it.
It's been great, but it's also bringing some things up and like I'm working through, and I have been super closed off to go into counseling, to be honest. I just have not had a counselor in the past that I really felt connected to or really felt like it was a good fit for me. And I'm really enjoying my time with them, and they kind of had mentioned like some prompts about like ADHD, and they're seeing some behavior, and I know ADHD is like super trendy and things like that, so I don't want to fall into that, but they asked me like what my goals of bringing this to my doctor would be, and it is because I learned this week or last week that depression and anxiety, which I have very recurrent depression and I have constant anxiety, that it can be a symptom of something else. And I never knew that.
Comorbids.
I never ever knew that. I always just assumed it was what it was. So that was kind of like the prompt to like bring that forward. But he mentioned like talking about all the stimulants around us, and like it's really hard because so many people are coming now looking for diagnoses, but it's also like look at the world,
look at our
brain
lifestyles.
Is not wired to run off a constant notification basis, and then the other day I noticed this too with Ryan's daughter. It was like, well, I'm bored, and I'm like, what's the problem with being bored? And I think we as humans too, we're like, we're bored, but it's okay to sit there and be bored.
Exactly. I always say that to my son. I'm like, you can go do something. You could I'll give you a list of chores if you're bored, or
just
go self-start, go read, go color, go play. It's like,
it's okay
being
to be
bored.
bored.
Is okay.
I
this
convinced
idea that we have to
myself
be
of that.
Sorry, I keep moving here. I keep like pushing.
It was so funny. It was like going like. That's like, okay, I got it. I got the hint, babe. I got it.
But I want to talk about this one. What is the most valuable piece of advice you've ever received?
Mine actually would be from my dad, and it is very much that. Okay, I'm gonna botch the advice. It's actually so basic too, but it is that the people that we think of as the most successful are not always the most talented. They're just people that did not give up. and
it's
so like
true.
That. I actually love it. It's so inspiring to me, because whenever I'm just like having like imposter syndrome or feeling like I don't got this, like I'm a piece of shit, I'm not talented, anything, I'm like, I just gotta persevere. I gotta keep going. I gotta just like I gotta swerve somehow,
Interesting. Very interesting, because mine are also from my parents. And just to play on what you said, and this prompted this, and it's not necessarily the best advice I've ever had, but it's the advice that I think of the most frequently. I've already addressed one of these on the podcast before, but my mom would always say, my mom was a really successful real estate agent. She owned a spa. She's been entrepreneurial. She's done everything. And my mom would always say, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yes. Contacts.
It is 110% so accurate. You could be the most talented. You could be the smartest. You could be whatever. It could be all perfect. And if you do not know people,
or if you don't have like
it's true. Why are you looking at me like that? It's so true. Oh my God.
You just ruined that.
You ruined it was lovely advice. But it's like having the context and having that, like, they like you, that they feel like you're a good person, that they would want to help out. You know?
Absolutely.
Especially in business, like it's all personal. And people say it's not, but it's all personal. And so the other part of that from my dad, and I've said this on the podcast before, and Tamara's gonna know it. Do you know it?
I feel like I do.
If you don't know what to do,
don't do anything at all.
Don't do anything.
That a lot.
If you don't know what to do, don't do anything. My dad would always say that to me when I was a teenager, especially like preteen, teenager. And I would come to him. We were really open. I have a great relationship with my parents, and he would always give me that advice, because I'd be like upset about something or whatever, and I would feel conflicted. And he would always just say, if you don't know what to do, don't do anything.
So just like take a step back.
Yeah. So and like, I think about that advice from both my parents all the time. And so those are the ones that really stand out to me. What do you think, Tamara?
Mine was with counseling, and I've talked about this as well too, is that not saying how you feel is like eating rat poison.
Yes.
It's a very slow and steady death. And the only one that suffers is you.
It's you. Yeah. I'm really, really outspoken, especially in relationships, like friendships romantic.
Everything.
I'm
working on that one.
It's good though. It like, I don't know. It's like, because often I feel like we don't want especially with partners with romantic relationships, we don't want them to actually be mind readers, but we think that they will.
They
read
are.
our
And that's what
minds.
my counselor said. She's like, so have you ever,
Expressed this feeling?
or are you just guessing that they know?
Yeah.
Right?
Because I always find with Tommy that it's like, I'll just bring things up, and like most of the time he does not know.
Honestly,
He was not picking up on any of this.
I disagree. Right? Oh. I feel like Joe and I have been together for like
But it's just intuitive, yeah.
We've been together now officially this month. We started dating 14 years ago.
Yeah.
I am 30. So we have been together like in 2 years. I will have spent more of my life with this person.
Yeah.
So in this relationship, I feel like I think lovely, baby. I think you know exactly
what she's thinking. You know exactly at all times.
Side eye for me.
Who I am. He's giving me the things. I think it goes both ways. I think I know exactly you. I think that I could, I don't know, like steal your identity if I needed to. Like I feel like we both know.
She could go on what is the chat room thing called?
but in relationship, but yeah, it's really hard. Yeah. And it's true that it's really hard for people to know and understand. And I think for me and Tamara knows this about me because it's coming up a lot lately, is I get very, if something is like hard to talk about, I just like peace out.
Avoid.
Like, see ya,
I am like, see you in 3 years. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Literally, it's really hard for me, and I'm really working on that because I need to be better at communicating. I can communicate with Joe, but like anybody else, because I never want to like. I have a hard time communicating. Communicating is really hard. It's
that's something
really hard.
You being in counseling now, you'll completely learn those things because it is like there's like such an art to it, right? It's
so hard, and I just like only ever want to like show up and be honest and like and like get my point across. But I also never want to like hurt anybody. Even like I think about my parents and like being honest with them and stuff like that. It's really fucking hard to be. It's hard to communicate.
It's really tough. I feel like I was like a people pleaser for most of my life, and I wouldn't consider myself a people pleaser anymore, but I had to like learn not to be.
What changed?
It was just honestly like learning how to communicate and being able to set those boundaries and say like,
and realizing that people really don't like, it's okay, like oh okay, that's
like to let people know like this is how I'm feeling, this is not flying with me, or even that I'm upset, like that. I always used to think like I couldn't say I was upset, and it's like, why not?
It's okay, it's a natural feeling.
I totally get that. Okay,
this one's funny.
Okay, if you're if your car could talk, what sarcastic comments would it make about your driving habits?
Well, that's a curb.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
You're so funny.
But like, what are your guys?
Does she know I have a backup camera?
Oh,
because I'm
really
looking over my
I wish I had I need a backup camera. I need a backup.
I love mine. I use it constantly. I am the best parker because of it.
I could see.
What? What?
Katie drives like this. I'm not even.
So do I.
Like rat.
My brother calls me 10 and 2. He calls me 10 and 2.
I drive
the closest.
Yeah,
I drive the closest to the steering wheel.
I've never seen anyone drive as close.
And Lindsay and Tamara both keep putting fucking bad karma on me, being like, "You're gonna get fucking knocked in by your airbags if you get in an accident."
No, seriously, like they are gonna.
I get the closest I can get, and.
It's like this. Like
my mom drives like that too. I see my mom driving to town sometimes.
It feels safer.
I know. I have more control. It's the way it's gotta be. So
it's like I'm in a little cubby. It's like I'm a little cubby.
Fuck you guys. I'm over it.
No,
okay.
at least I'm with.
Mine personal with her steering.
Mine would be stop putting me on empty because I drive on empty all the time, and also I take oil.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Like add some oil. Yeah. Stop waiting for your husband to get oil changes.
Just like, too easy to do it though.
Yeah. Those are mine. Oh my god, about the steering wheel thing. That's
hilarious. That's actually too funny.
I get really close.
So do I. It feels safe. I don't know. It feels cozy.
I know. Secure. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad someone gets it. Okay, Jin, I want you to take this one. I have to pee right now because I've been friggin' hydrating.
Hydration.
Have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? And if so, what advice do you have for others facing it?
Yes. I feel like I'm like an imposter in every single avenue of my life.
Well, you just mentioned that.
Yeah,
you just said that.
exactly. And I always feel this way. I feel like I'm an imposter as a woman, as a bisexual, as a Mohawk, as a writer, as a musician, like
Which
probably,
honestly,
probably as a partner, like every single thing.
It shocks, but it's shocking, but hearing you say that, that's you have said all those things, like without saying I feel like an imposter, but especially with how you're writing and things like that as well.
And so it's just
okay.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I don't actually think there's I'm always thinking about this, and I'm writing about this, and I wish there was like an easy solution, but I think it's just continuing to put yourself in those rooms.
Yeah.
Continuing to go after opportunities. And just like surround yourself with like-minded people, because I always find that like everyone kind of has the same feelings.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, we're all imposters here.
Like talking about your feelings,
Yeah.
like connecting with your feelings.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, because it's so easy to become disassociated.
What
we've
right?
said, right?
Yeah. But I think the answer is like building community. So whether that be in whatever avenue, like is it like building a queer community, having like a community with writers, you know,
Seek
Mohawk
support.
culture, everything. Yeah.
Immersing yourself in what it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think 30s are such an imposter syndrome. Like
They are.
so many people are getting married, other people are divorcing, right?
Yeah.
Some people have one child, others have three, some have nine. Like others are
some people are
traveling the
changing
globe.
careers. Some people are just getting promotions.
changing
or,
career or just going into a career. Like it's such a weird stage that society has set out for us.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's
it's
this
the
thing of
timeline
like feeling like you're like this like 30-year-old teenager still. I always like really feel this.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, no, there's times like, I need to actually grow up, but like you still feel really young. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
And
I'm going pee because I'm going to pee my pants. I'm going to leave you guys for a second. But yes, I agree. I only really feel like it in business. I only feel like it in business, and I think it is fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
right? It's confidence.
is.
I think it's all about confidence, because
Fake it till you make it.
I find this feeling of imposter syndrome comes in waves. I'm not sure if you guys agree.
I do.
But it comes in waves. And when I'm feeling good and I'm feeling accomplished and I'm feeling proud, I never feel it. But when I'm feeling in this like self-doubt or comparison, do not compare.
Don't
That
compare.
is the biggest thing I'll say. Do not compare.
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
I
Mine,
completely
I
agree.
think mine was going from like a mom to like of a child
Yeah.
to like a mom or a mom to an angel baby. So I think that was more for me like, okay, like grief has impacted me in a way where it's impacted my everyday lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I
Definitely.
think you nailed it. Like supporting yourself, recognizing it, getting, you know, down to the real core of it. And like Katie said, not comparing. So.
Not comparing and finding support.
Yeah, and like fucking age
resources.
means nothing.
It honestly doesn't. I love my 30s way more than my 20s.
Oh,
I found my 20s like
I feel
a
like
dumpster.
I know myself more. I feel more
Yeah.
confident in myself now than I did in my 20s.
Definitely. I feel like 20s were like a dumpster fire. It was like, because it was like, I feel like there was way more of that comparison game of like trying to be like, hey, this is who, you know, I'm seeing other people and I'm like, hey, do I want to be like them? Maybe I should try to emulate
Where am I going?
them. Where am I going? Like, who am I? And I feel like I feel like once I hit like late 20s, 30, I was like, okay, I know who I am and I'm going to roll with that.
Yeah. I love that. And I love the community now that people are so welcoming with different things.
Yeah.
Like for the most part.
They are.
It's just like, who fucking cares?
Who fucking cares?
Worry about yourself.
Exactly. And like stay in your own lane, but like the power of being able to create community,
Is
you know, and
beautiful.
with things like this and like, you know, with the internet, that's the best thing. I think
Yeah,
with the internet,
it is.
being able to
Communities.
create community.
Yeah.
Love it.
I have no stronger community than the other mamas I share with this club of having a child loss. It's
Because no
big.
one else will be able to understand.
No, absolutely not.
We're rolling. No, we're not.
So the next question is, if I had the chance to live in a different era, past or future, when would it be and why? I said the 70s because of personal liberation, and I think, Jen, you can agree with the music.
I completely agree. And the fashion.
style,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And just like the hippies
Big hair,
era and like love everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Although there was a lot of shit going on at the time and a lot of war and differences, I think there was a lot of personal liberation as well. So I love that.
I agree. I wholeheartedly.
Cheers to that.
It's my era too.
I'm going to take a different
Caitlin.
approach on this one. I love like period films and like
Ooh, she's going way back.
my favorite movie
She
is Pride and
does.
Prejudice. I love like all of that like 1800s like I was actually talking to Brittany because I read her these questions and she was like, yeah, I would love to come back at that time, but like as long as I came back not as a peasant, if I came back
kind of
like,
be a little
as like a lady or like royalty who could like, you know, like be in castles, and like the only thing that turns me off from that era, but oh my god, I would love it so much, and like live in England, oh, it'd just be a dream, is the medical devices and like the medical treatment. And then I told Brittany that like I know it's a different era, but like they'd be like, this girl has undiagnosed anxiety, we don't know what that is yet, like stone her to death.
Exactly.
Or like do an open heart surgery on the kitchen table.
Like
if you were
we
hysterical.
watched Joe and I watched the show. It was what is it called, like medieval, I don't know, like something medieval, and it would like talk to you about like medieval jobs and things like that, and it would talk to you about like doctors and their devices and all these things. And I just thought that was just like I would absolutely, like, without going on too long, I would love to live out that.
Do you guys go for looks or personality?
Personality, 100%. I said this to Tommy recently because he was saying something. He was like, "Oh, you're looking hot. Like, I need to like stay hot for you or something." And I was like, "I do not give a fuck about that.
Like, you're good."
I was like, I love like humor. I love personality. I love morals. I love like interesting conversation.
I think looks fade fast. I definitely find I could be attracted to somebody.
You could be attracted for sure.
I do. Personality is huge for me.
Looks do fade fast. Yeah. For both of us.
Okay, moving on. What is something you
I
regret?
didn't answer mine. I didn't answer mine. Excuse me.
He's like, excuse me.
I go for both.
Excuse me.
But also I think humor is like the number one thing.
Humor,
I am very funny,
laugh, you know?
and I need someone to keep up with my jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Looks will fade. We want to be laughing for our whole lives.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like guys get more attractive as they get older, and then girls get like
salt and pepper hair.
uglier and like age.
It's sad. It's sad. It's just how
weight.
our culture perceives aging women, though.
Yeah.
You know? So it's...
I agree.
Yeah. I'm still going to get Botox, though.
Get that bobo.
What is something you regret not doing sooner? Botox. I'm kidding.
I have so many things. Okay,
I don't know.
someone
Going
else.
to therapy, I think, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finding my voice.
Yeah.
Being a
setting
people pleaser.
boundaries.
Setting
Stopping.
boundaries.
Yeah. Stopping being a people pleaser. It's hard to say.
I don't know. Your guys feels really heavy, and I was thinking about something a little bit more.
She's like Bobo.
We like lightness.
What is something you regret not doing sooner? I don't know. I'm glad about the Botox. Like, I feel like that's great. Highly recommend. Feel like I got a good time. Microblading my eyebrows as well.
I love you. I love
Microblading
you.
my
I've been
eyebrows
looking at your eyebrows all night. Though they look great.
My
They
life.
look amazing.
Eurolash.
Yeah.
Sarah is super talented. Also,
Okay.
Jada at Touch of Wellness in Napanee, super
where I gotta
talented. Highly recommend. My eyebrows, I need to show you a picture from before.
They look amazing. I've been like staring.
It changed my life. And getting braces too. So I'm not trying to be like, you know, materialistic. Or
You're like looks or personality. Well, looks.
Did I say personality? No, I mean all those things. I just think, I think prioritizing yourself, right?
Yeah,
There was a lot of
exactly.
times I didn't prioritize myself, and I'm like, nope, I need to do that.
Absolutely.
And I've never regretted anything that I've done that I have prioritized myself. And
Same. Yeah.
mini facelift is up.
In time.
read the next one, Tamara.
Everyone kept saying, like, I got a few of these. Like, are you into anybody? Are you looking to date anyone?
People were asking.
People were sliding into your
I
DMs.
feel
Actually,
like a lot of us are happily
I see you.
involved in relationships.
Yeah.
Although, like, maybe
I'm happy.
not. Yeah, like, there's those
Yeah.
fuck you moments, but overall, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not looking to date anyone.
Yeah. You should have led with that.
Did I get somebody sliding into my DMs by an
You
NGL
definitely
question?
did. You definitely did.
I feel like I could, when we finish, I could guess who sent that, just in a weird way of like,
Was it
who?
you?
No.
Okay, don't say it on.
what
Don't
type
say
of
it.
Let's not
person?
out them, but I kind of want them to get it.
Did they ask it like that? Did they say, "Are you looking to see someone?"
Well, then I
Or
also
did
said,
they?
like, are you single? And I'm like, what? Or
What?
who?
Yeah.
Just silly ones.
Are
Anyway.
you single is one
Interesting.
thing, but somebody to be like,
Are
"Are
you
you
looking?
Are you
looking for
looking?
someone?" That's weird.
And then
Tamara,
what?
your foundation.
Oh, sorry. You're just
yeah,
me,
you're
Joey. Okay, the foundation. Yes, I had somebody ask me, where would you like to see the foundation go in the future? For me, I'm really blessed as to where it is now. The foundation will officially be 1 year old come December 23rd.
Congratulations.
Which
baby.
which was Gwen's birthday. So shout out to my brother and sister-in-law for doing that for me. I am very blessed for the podcast, how fast it has come along. So thank you, Joey and Kate, for encouraging us to do that.
No problem.
Special shout out. I think just kind of continuing what we're doing with the Sunshine Boxes are a huge hit. But I am in the middle of doing up some grief workshops that I would like to kind of run.
Yeah, you have goals.
I have goals. I really want to do some more public speaking.
Which is amazing.
And again, just more or less like focusing on the future and turning pain into purpose and helping people kind of find their voice through whether it's medical parenting or advocating for after and being that liaison for people that have a hard time.
I'm so proud of you.
So proud of you too. You're so
Cheers.
inspiring.
Cheers to that.
So here's like goals and dreams and visions. And I'm just excited to see what the new year brings.
2024, baby.
2024, baby. Yeah.
Are we done? Are we playing Guess That Noise? Did we run out of time?
Guess that noise. One noise.
Oh, I missed
one noise.
I missed the never have I ever on the back.
Oh, that's okay. Oh.
Never have I ever been a maid of honor. No, I have not. Tamara has. Never have I ever lied to get out of plans all the fucking time.
Every day of my fucking life.
Never have I ever used someone Netflix password. Yeah, my husband's. Those are mine. Okay, we're listening.
Hit us with a
Let's
sound.
play a sound.
Change in a cup.
Jingle bells.
Oh.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Keys.
Gin. I feel like Gin was
I
right.
feel like I was right.
What was it?
Ice in a cup.
Ice
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 in
in
a
a
Play
cup.
another one. I like this.
I
Play
love
one
it.
more.
I love it. Okay.
Unknown artist.
Can we just start like arguing? Like no options, right?
You were looking at it.
Did you
No, I didn't see it. I can't see that far. I don't have my glasses on.
see that
And
far.
I've had too much to drink. I can't see that far.
It all blends.
A door opening.
Keyboard?
Yeah.
Door opening?
Key in a door. Yeah.
Good for
Oh.
you. That was good, guys.
Okay, yeah, I was half part of that.
I feel like we all were like,
No, I was.
The vacuum. No.
Unplugging the vacuum?
A saw.
no.
Lawnmower.
It's. Oh, I know what this is.
It's a skill saw, like a
No. It's.
a sander.
Sander.
No.
A saw.
No.
No, I said that.
Like a table saw.
No.
Is it any sort of tool?
A car.
No.
Ignition.
It does kind of sound like a vacuum. Like unplugging a vacuum.
Don't tell me. Play it one more time.
Do it again.
Play it one more
I
time.
almost have it.
Tip of my tongue.
It's a leaf blower.
I
No.
know what it
It's
is.
a really commonplace sound we hear all the time when we're like in our houses,
I've
right?
heard it.
Oh, damn
No, that
I was like,
not.
this is something I hear every
They
day.
were playing
blender,
a trick.
yeah.
That was not a
Make my
blender.
smooths.
No.
All
They,
right, guys,
One more.
they
One more.
missed.
We're like, oh, one more, but we need to wrap this shit up.
They
did.
As you, our followers know, one
One
more.
more,
Okay,
one more.
fuck, one more.
One more. We're having Jen. Don't leave.
Sweeping a floor.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
good.
we got that.
We're good.
We ended on a high note.
Yeah.
No, this has been lovely. Y'all, thanks for
I-
having me back.
I love winning. I
love
very
it. I
competitive.
couldn't leave otherwise.
Bitches, shut up.
Okay.
For all of you guys that follow us on our Instagram handles as well as YouTube, we did
And
a
Spotify.
huge give out. Yeah, and Spotify and Apple Music. We're doing a huge giveaway for the Christmas season. So we have finalized our winner, and if Katie wants to announce,
We have drawn, because we drawn from names, and thank you guys so much for commenting. But we
Drum roll.
drawn Tara Boomhauer.
Tara.
Yay.
Yay,
A little bit
baby.
of fireworks. Congratulations, Tara. That's a really
Congrats,
awesome.
baby.
I'll reach
prize.
out for your prize, and thank you guys. Hopefully you still stay subscribed and don't unsubscribe after you didn't
Yeah,
win.
come on.
We can't all be winners, but I do.
We'll
wanna
do
wish-
more.
Win some,
We'll
you
do more.
lose
We
some.
do want to wish everyone like a very
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Yeah.
and a Happy New Year. Thank you for being with us, and we have some huge plans in the new year coming along. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And
One
we
thing
appreciate
that
the
my mom
support.
always signs cards as is she says, "Have a happy and healthy New Year."
Love that.
Yeah.
Sending our love to you all.
Yes. Cheers. Thanks, Jen, for joining us too.
Yes.
having me.
Bye. Gwen 2.0.
Good. That was
Woo!
We did it, y'all.